I used to think the hardest part of trading was finding a good entry. I'd spend hours analyzing charts, drawing zones, and waiting for confirmations. But every time I caught a great setup and the trades started going my way, something inside me would panic. The candles were moving in profit, but my heart was racing like I was losing. I'd stare at the screen, watching every tick, thinking, should I just close it now and secure something? That voice in my head always whispered the same thing, don't let it come back, and so I'd take the profit early, tiny gains, barely worth the effort. Moments later, I'd look back at the chart and see the market explode in my original direction. I'd feel sick, angry, frustrated that I was right, but didn't get rewarded for it. That's when I realized the problem wasn't my analysis, it was my psychology. Holding winning trades longer has nothing to do with charts. It's a mental war between fear, greed, and trust. Fear tells you the market will take back what it gave. Greed whispers that you can't lose what you've locked in. And trust, well, trust is the quiet voice you almost never listen to. It's the part of you that says, stick to your plan. Let it breathe, but most traders never get to that point. Because in trading, comfort feels safe and profits make us uncomfortable. Think about it. When you're losing, you hold and hope. When you're winning, you panic and close. It's completely backwards. Yet, it's the emotional default for almost every new trader. The reason: your brain doesn't celebrate profits, it protects them. The moment your trade goes into profit, your subconscious sees a potential threat, the fear of giving it back. So it pushes you to act, to close early, to feel safe again. But professional traders, they think differently. They've trained their minds to detach from outcome and focus only on execution. I had to unlearn my survival instincts. I had to stop treating every trade like it was my last chance to win. The shift happened when I stopped asking, how much can I make? And started asking, did I execute correctly? Because the truth is, a good trade doesn't mean a profitable trade. It means a disciplined one. I started building rules, simple ones. I wouldn't move my stop loss until a certain structure broke. I wouldn't touch my trade unless my bias changed. I learned to set my take-profit zones based on logic, not emotion. And then I learned the hardest part, to walk away. The first few times, it was torture. I'd set the trade and literally have to step out of the room. I'd distract myself just to avoid looking at the chart, but that distance helped me build trust. Trade by trade, I began to see that the market doesn't move to punish or reward me. It just moves. My job was to execute and manage risk, not predict every tick. That's when something shifted. I began holding trades longer, not because I wanted more money, but because I was finally detached from needing to control the outcome. And that's when trading started to feel peaceful. You see, every time you close early, you're not protecting your profits, you're reinforcing your fear. You're teaching your brain that safety equals small wins and uncertainty equals danger. But the irony is, big profits only live in uncertainty. If you always need certainty, you'll always settle for less. So I started rewarding myself not for how much I made, but for how well I followed my plan. That small mindset change was massive. It took the pressure off. Suddenly, I wasn't afraid of giving back profits because I knew every trade was part of a bigger picture. Over time, that built confidence, not from winning more, but from trusting myself more. And when you trust your plan, holding trades becomes natural. You stop fighting the urge to interfere. You stop micromanaging the market. You start thinking like a pro. Professional traders don't hold trades longer because they're fearless. They do it because they've accepted uncertainty as part of the game. They know no setup is guaranteed. They know the market can reverse. But they also know that second-guessing kills consistency faster than any loss ever could. If you can learn to hold your winners without emotional attachment, not hoping, not fearing, just following logic and structure, your trading will transform. It's not about holding for the sake of holding. It's about giving your strategy room to breathe and yourself the patience to let it play out. That's real discipline, so if you're still cutting winners too early, don't beat yourself up. Every trader goes through that phase, but understand, this isn't about greed or skill. It's about emotional conditioning. The next time your trade is in profit and you feel that urge to close, pause, take a deep breath, remind yourself, I'm not here to control the market. I'm here to execute my edge. Let the chart move. Let the trade breathe. Because the only way to grow as a trader is to stop reacting to every flicker of price and start trusting your process. The longer you stay in control of your emotions, the longer your trades will reward you. And over time, you'll realize it was never about holding trades longer. It was about holding yourself together while they ran.